Analysis of research status of early childhood physical education using big database. My name is Ho Yu. It is well known that infants and kindergarten are important periods for physical, emotional, and cognitive development. So physical activity during this period plays an important role in the harmonious development of children. However, due to COVID-19, physical education for children has also changed. Although non-face-to-face education was conducted online in kindergartens, elementary school, middle school, high school, and universities, and the remote class operation standard was prepared so that children's education would not be affected. Change were unavoidable in early childhood physical education. Exercise is mainly conducted face-to-face and through interaction between instructors and learners. Recently, it has become more difficult for instructors to teach face-to-face with students, making it more difficult than any other subject. Of course, there are cases where children's physical education is conducted non-face-to-face. In addition to the method of sharing the screen with the students, various non-face-to-face physical education classes are being conducted. Nevertheless, interaction or feedback does not occur smoothly rather than face-to-face, and it may be difficult to arouse interest in physical education, especially in the case of young children. If this situation is prolonged, problems may arise in the physical development of infants, which may affect their emotional or social development, and therefore special attention to early childhood physical education is required. Therefore, it will be necessary to compare and analyze the research trend of early childhood physical education after this pandemic with the previous research trend. In order for such important field of early childhood physical education to develop in right direction based on more particular suggestion, it is necessary to analyze the research trend in early childhood physical education as an empirical basic step. It is not that there were no studies on physical education for children. Performed an analysis of a research trend in early childhood physical education. In this study, improvement of field of physical education for children was mentioned, such as the expansion and diversification of research areas for early childhood physical education, efforts to make early childhood physical education academic, and increased policy interest. As other scholars have mentioned, this study also mentioned that early childhood physical education is helpful for holistic education. In addition to this, research on the trend in early childhood physical education has been continuously carried out, especially analyzed research topic in the field of early childhood physical education in Korea using big data-based topic modeling to examine major research topics related to early childhood physical education. In this study, it was meaningful that it was possible to confirm that research in the field of early childhood physical education was being conducted on a variety of subjects. And it was meaningful that it created a foundation for research in a field where research was not conducted relatively actively. However, it is difficult to find a study that looked at research trend before and after COVID-19. Recently, keyword network analysis has been frequently used as a method of exploring the direction of development by identifying research trends in various academic fields. In this keyword network analysis method, the connection structure between keywords can be known so that the analysis of the research trend can be more specific. Therefore, in this study, the research trend of early childhood physical education over the past 5 years is to be analyzed in data by big data analysis. Therefore, in this study, the research trend of early childhood physical education over the past 5 years is to be analyzed in detail by big data analysis and to suggest the direction of early childhood physical education sublevel of the future era. In particular, this study compares and analyzes pre-COVID-19 and post-COVID-19 studies and offers suggestions for the possibility of such a pandemic in the future. Method. Research target. In order to understand the recent research status of children's physical education, the registration sites and candidates for registration for the last 5 years, January 2017 to December 2021, of the Academic Research Information Service were targeted. The reason why only studies over the last 5 years were included is because the purpose of this study is to analyze the trends of recent research and to suggest direction for research suitable for the future. Early childhood physical education was set as a keyword for the study, and the collected information was used to remove duplicate papers and irrelevant paper to Excel. Keyword and abstract of the selected papers for datasheet for analysis. 92 papers were selected and analyzed, and specially there were 14 2017, 21 in 2018, 17 in 2019, 22 in 2020, and 18 in 2021. However, after reading the contents of the papers not related to early childhood education were removed, and 71 papers were finally selected, 10 in 2017, 19 in 2018, 12 in 2019, 18 in 2020, and 12 in 2021. In this study, research trends before and after Corona were compared. Corona-19 was officially reported on January 19, 2020. Both the 2021 papers and previous paper were compared in consideration of the time it usually takes to conduct research. Data analysis. The Korean abstracts of the selected paper were analyzed using textone. The collected data was centered on nouns. Words with the same meaning were integrated, and refining operations such as spacing and integration of related words were performed. The analysis of morphemes was based on the dictionary FoCoS, and meaningless nouns such as thing, etc., dot, middle, and the were deleted, and refining work was performed to eliminate errors due to spacing. After analyzing keywords using T-term, frequency analysis and metrics were generated. Afterwards, a matrix analysis was also performed. The result of frequency analysis were reviewed, and 50 major keywords were selected for network visualization of keywords. Result and discussion. Word frequency and TF-IDF analysis. TF-IDF is not a result of simply calculating the number of occurrences of a word, but applies a word importance index when it is necessary to assign a higher assumption value to the real word in word frequency analysis. In 2017 to 2020, before Corona-19, the frequency of words such as educate, children, study, and activity was high, but in TF-IDF, the ranking of words such as statistification increased. In the case of 2021, after Corona-19, it was found that words such as facility and job came up in the ranking. This means that the research interests have shifted to this field. In TF-IDF, it can be seen that jobs is ranked first. Word connection centrality. In addition to frequency analysis of the abstract of early childhood physical education thesis, word connection centrality was analyzed to check how much it is connected with other words. As a result of the analysis, it was found that before Corona-19, the ranking was similar to the word frequency, and after Corona-19, the ranking of job, which was the first priority, fell. After Corona-19, words such as children, facility, activity, and develop are connected to many other words and are judged to play an important roles as keywords. N-gram network analysis and network visualization analysis. N-gram network analysis was performed to derive the connection relationship. As a result of analysis before Corona-19, childhood educate, educate teacher, etc., and after Corona-19, sports facility, children sports, and coach children were formed as subordinate relationships. It can be seen that after COVID-19, sports facilities have emerged as important as word-to-word connections. Conclusion and suggestion. In this study, the recent research trend of early childhood physical education was investigated through big data analysis of pre-COVID-19 and post-COVID-19 research. As a result, before COVID-19, words such as educate, children, and activity showed high ranking, and as a result of the word connectivity-centered analysis, the ranking was similar to the word frequency. Meanwhile, in the case of 2021, after COVID-19, it was found that words such as facility and job came up in the rankings. In TF-IDF, it can be seen that job is ranked first. In word connectivity-centric analysis, words such as children, facility, activity, and develop are connected to many other words and are judged to play an important role as keywords. These results show that the research interest in sports space has increased since it is a job after COVID-19 compared to before COVID-19. However, contrary to the expectation that there would be more research on non-face-to-face early childhood physical education as face-to-face activities decreased, interest in it was not high. A more active study on non-face-to-face early childhood physical education is needed. In a situation where the difficulties of early childhood physical education are increasing due to COVID-19, the demand for research on real-time early childhood physical education classes through non-face-to-face is also increasing. This is because for active non-face-to-face early childhood physical education, it is necessary not only to have an understanding and knowledge of distance learning and how to operate it, but also to know a teaching method that can increase interaction. In other words, it should be recognized that early childhood physical education leaders need to pay special attention to interaction and feedback in remote classes beyond simply teaching physical education to perform effective classes. Nevertheless, there have been few studies related to this, and many such studies need to be conducted. Based on the result presented in this study, it is expected that a more in-depth study on physical education in childhood will proceed, and that non-face-to-face early childhood physical education classes and physical education of children suitable for the era of the fourth industrial revolution will proceed.